On this episode of Cox Connections, instilling pride, integrity, and respect into the lives of young men is the foundation of the Gentlemen's Club, a youth mentoring program at Kempsville Middle School. Find out how this group is providing opportunities for personal growth and instilling critical values among young male students so that they will develop into thriving adults. The student athlete is someone that has the ability to balance the hectic schedule of a traveling sports team with the demands of the academic world. It's not an easy task, and we wanted to shine a light on the many college athletes that successfully do just that right here in Hampton Roads. Today you'll meet a student athlete from Old Dominion University who will share what he's learned on and off the field. The BARBOUR Early Learning Center works hand in hand with parents of young children to develop the necessary skills they need to be successful in school. And as a grant recipient of our philanthropic initiative Cox Charities, you'll see how this organization continues to uplift at-risk children and low-income families so that they can make a difference in the global community. Stay tuned. Cox Connections is next. Hello and welcome to Cox Connections. I'm your host, Gary McCollum, Senior Vice President and General Manager for Cox Hampton Roads. Recently, I had the wonderful opportunity to speak to 300 seventh graders at Kempsville Middle School about the values and goals I believe are critical for personal growth and professional success. The invitation came to me through the school's Gentlemen's Club, a character development mentoring program that is designed to instill integrity, respect, and pride into the lives of young men. We wanted to shine a light on the work that the Gentlemen's Club is doing, and today I've invited Huntley and Paul Arrington to share their vision of this program and why they felt it was important to create a club like this. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having us.
And you guys are doing a great work. I had a great day, so thanks for the invitation.
Thank you.
How did the club, let me start with you, Paul. How did this club get started, the Gentlemen's Club?
Yes. After completing 23 years in the Navy, I went to work in the school system, Virginia Beach City Public Schools. And I was at a middle school and saw that a lot of the young guys, they wanted to do things in life, but they just didn't have the knowledge on how to do it.
So that was the need. They wanted to do well, but they just didn't know how to do it.
Right, absolutely. And so I felt that I had something to impart into their lives, and that's how the club began. It began with 7 or 8 guys. It built up. And we started getting recognition. The students was heavily involved, and they were doing some things in life that they had never done before.
That's great. So Bobby, what has been the reaction to the club from the young men?
The reaction has been great. Currently at Kempsville Middle School, we have a total of 36 boys in the program, and the number continues to climb each week. The mothers really love the program. The teachers, everyone is on board. It's real exciting.
You mentioned mothers. Again, there are quite a few single mothers trying to raise young men.
Absolutely.
Is that part of the reason why this thing has been that popular?
Absolutely. Of course, with that, meaning that there's perhaps the father's not in the household or not a positive male role model there. Mm-hmm. And so we hope that the Gentlemen's Club filled that void in some way.
So tell me, I guess there's a motto that the club has. Tell me a little bit about the motto, instilling pride and integrity and respect into the lives of young men. How does that speak about where the club is going?
Well, we believe those 3 things are very key, instilling pride, integrity, and respect. And when I was at LANDSTOWN Middle School, one of the things I would do is talk to the students, and they would always say, well, we want people to respect us. And these are 6th, 7th, 8th graders who are searching for respect from the teachers and parents and everyone else. And so after listening to that, I said, well, they may have something here. They're humans like we are. And so if we have to come down to their level in such a way to certainly show them respect, and then that's teaching them how to have respect for themselves and others. And it's just been so profound. And with that, they have learned tremendously on that concept, having respect first for themselves, and then turning that respect over to people that they meet.
And I guess as part of the membership in the Gentlemen's Club, there's a creed, I guess, that the young men actually sign and put their name to it and
absolutely.
Make some commitments. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, yes, we seek to instill honor and integrity in these young men, and letting them know that once you sign your name to something, that your name, the credibility of your name is worth something. And when you sign something, then you are taking one of the first steps in life as becoming mature men.
So putting your name on
Yes,
something,
putting your name on it.
you need to stand by that.
Right.
Absolutely.
And part of the creed, they indicate that they will certainly do their homework, turn it on time, it must be neatly. Again, not only having respect for themselves, but for proper authorities over them. You know, just having pride about everything that
Well,
you
I
do.
saw that when I
Yeah.
visited these young men. I was just amazed. I mean, they were very well mannered and respectful and all those things. So apparently they're taking that very seriously.
Absolutely.
So talk about some of the activities. I mean, I guess there's an exposure piece of this as well with the club.
right,
So talk a little bit about some of the activities.
Well, what's interesting is that our very first field trip every year with the program, we take them to jail. And it's an eye-opening
That
experience.
gets their attention.
Absolutely, and that's what I want. I want to shock them right away from the onset. And I tell them, I say, let's go to jail, let's go to the courts, and let's see what happens when we're on the wrong side of the law. We have another motto, is that if you're not on the right path, then you must be on the wrong path. And so, you know, by taking them to court, letting them go to jail, walking through the Virginia Beach, the underground tunnel, and where it's cold and eerie, and they get to listen to inmates about what happened to them. And I found that in 80% of the cases, a lot of
showing
people,
one of the pictures of,
Yes.
one of the visits to the court system. So they're getting a chance to see the behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
At a place that I don't want to go to.
Right, and what we learned is that in talking to the inmates, they would share that a lot of mistakes they made in life started in middle school. For some reason, it started in middle school, so that's why it's very key to have this program.
We even took the high school students there, and it had a very profound effect upon them. The mood of the young men after we did the tour was just something to behold. And for them to go into the courtroom and then the judge take them into the chambers and have a private session with them, and the city attorney talks with them, it's just great, you know.
Yeah, and I've heard so many stories of unfortunately, you know, so many young men who end up in those situations. It's the first time that they've ever been in a courtroom when they've made those mistakes. So some of the other activities, I guess, you visit nursing homes, and
Yes.
there's other activities that you have for the young men as well.
Absolutely. With the nursing home, you know, what we try to do is instill compassion and let them know in a lot of cases it doesn't have to always be about you. But let's try to uplift, inspire, encourage, and spend time with the elderly who have certainly paved the way for our youth. And so it's a part of us wanting to give back.
I thought it was interesting that you also are addressing the issue of problem solving and conflict resolution.
Yeah.
I mean, so many of our young men don't know how to deal with those situations. So that's a great program, and we pretty much are out of time. But at the same time, if someone's watching, they want to help. Is there a place where you can be contacted if they want to get involved or contribute or just whatever? How do they contact you? Can we?
Absolutely, yes, we would love that because it is our goal is to see that the program is not only in every school in Virginia Beach, but throughout the state and perhaps the country. I can be reached at Kempsville Middle School, and the number is 648-4700.
We have a number there. We're out of time. Well, you're going to have to come back because the other thing that you've done, you've actually written a book that will help mothers raise sons. And
Yes.
I think you brought a copy
Yes,
of that.
sir. Mothers Please, a
Mothers
self-help
Please.
book. Yes.
And you're going to have to come back and talk about that as well and tell us a little bit more about that.
Wonderful.
Thank you both for what you're doing for our young men and for our community. It's a great work, and we certainly appreciate it.
Thank you for
Right after
having
the
us.
break, we're shining a light on student athletes and their ability to balance the academic workload with the pressures of a college athletic career. Find out more when you come back with us on Cox Connections.